Hey y'all, with N7 Day right around the corner, I figure it's time to start talking about mods for MELE. Specifically, my favorite ones that have been posted so far this year. I'll be including mods for all three of the Legendary Edition games, and these have all been installed using the ME3 Tweaks mod manager. If you're having any trouble with that mod manager, check out my tutorial, and for that, I will leave a link in the description down below. And with all of that said, let's start talking about some mods. Now, the first mod I have for you today is a mod for Mass Effect 1, and is one that I honestly don't know if I'll ever be able to live without. It's called Galaxy Map Trackers LE1, and it adds location markers on your galaxy map for all of the UNC side quests that you've picked up and some that you haven't. And if you haven't picked up the mission yet, it will just say Anomaly on it, so it doesn't cause any spoilers, which is really nice. It basically brings the ME1 galaxy map up to date with the other two games. It also makes it so you're not constantly having to look into your journal and then going back to your map and doing the journal map dance because, you know, you keep forgetting where you're headed. Now, the other ME1 mod that I have that is a must-have for me at least is called Mission Timings LE1. No longer will you have to get that call about Vermeer before finishing the other three main story missions and have your immersion ruined. And as a bonus, it makes it so the UNC Cerberus mission doesn't fire until certain requirements are met. So, you know, you don't see Thorian creepers running around until you actually meet a Thorian. ME2 has a similar mod called DLC Timings mod. Now, this mod will allow you to delay the various DLCs in ME2, including Arrival, which is honestly the #1 reason for me to personally use it. I like that you can set when it will trigger, so you can have it set to whatever will help immerse you the most. It will also adjust timings for the Normandy Crash Site DLC, as well as Lair of the Shadow Broker and Overlord. Expanded Shepard Armory for LE2. This mod adds armors from ME1 and ME3 into ME2. Not only that, but you're going to be able to enjoy all the official DLC armors without having to use the helmets or headgear that go with it, as they've added them into the chest section of your locker. Pretty much you can now go to town and have your Shepard wear whatever you'd like, whenever you'd like. I do suggest reading the description very carefully, as there are changes in this mod to the vanilla wardrobe and what default gear you'll get at certain points. Now, the fun thing about this mod too is that other mods such as morning dresses and skirts LE2 and the EGM Armors for LE2 and LE3 will hook into this mod in Mass Effect 2 to give you even more options. This is a fantastic base mod that I'm hoping only grows as the community continues to mod for Mass Effect. Half of you are going to say thank you for this mod, and the other half are going to start throwing popcorn at me. It's called Silent Kelly, and it makes it so you don't have to listen to Kelly remind you 5,500 times that Grunt needs to see you when, well, you know that Grunt needs to talk to you, but he's just going to have to chill for 10 minutes. And if you dislike Trainer also reminding you about everything, there's an ME3 Silent Trainer version as well. Now let's talk about ME3 mods, which honestly are kind of where the majority of my mods are currently installed. The first one we're going to talk about is called EGM, the Expanded Galaxy Map mod. Now, this mod, y'all, it's been a favorite of mine since the OT days, and I've literally shown it off as often as possible. It really does a fantastic job of bringing the Normandy to life. Not only does it boast a plethora of quality of life changes, it allows you to change some of the mission and DLC timings, give your companions different outfits when they're relaxing on the Normandy. It also has some other features now that were previously only in the OT version, such as adding vehicles to the ship, the firing range is back, more NPCs on the Normandy, and more. Please note, though, that some of these features, like the firing range, vehicles on ship, etc., are still considered in beta by the mod author, but from what I can tell so far are extremely well implemented and a joy to have back in my game. I cannot recommend this mod enough, as it will bring a fresh and interesting vibe to your ME3 experience. I can't lie, this next mod that we're going to talk about, I could literally fangirl over for hours. It's called Immersive Emails, and all it does is add back in emails from the defunct Datapad app. I love the additional emails that you can get from various NPCs and squad mates. It really does help to give a little extra to the relationships and conversations you have with them. And I'm not gonna lie, I literally squealed when I saw that first Love G email from Garrus. It's really fun, and it's totally a mod that is never ever leaving my load order. Shepard's cabin's a bit boring, isn't it? I mean, it's empty, there's totally room for a throw rug or a painting or a million other little touches. And good news, with the Collector's Cabin mod, you too can have a whole bunch of stuff in Shepard's room, including your very own Anderson statue that lives in your bathroom, but faces the wall because reasons. But in all seriousness, I love how it can make the cabin look more lived in and like this is Shepard's home, because that's exactly what the Normandy has always been. Home. Just be careful when you bring the boxes of grenades, okay? It's a home that can't afford any more accidents than it's already had. Do you not enjoy having dinner with Kelly in ME2, but still really want your fish back in ME3? Because same. And lucky for us, the mod FISH is real and does just that. Now you can get all of your babies back and not have to wine and dine Kelly just to have it happen. It is important to note that this mod only affects Mass Effect 3, so you have to make sure that Kelly survives the suicide mission, and this mod will also not make her feed your fish for you in ME2, so if you want her to do that, you actually do have to wine and dine her. I mentioned this mod above, but I wanted to re-mention the EGM Armors for LE2 and LE3, as it's the armor mod I'm currently using actually for both LE2 and LE3 in some cases, mainly in LE3, but it includes the N7 multiplayer armors, and it includes some of the N7 Pathfinder armors from MEA. The really nice part is the consistency it'll allow you to have between LE2 and LE3 if you want your Shep to have the same armors across both games. It's absolutely worth checking out. Now, speaking of clothes, quick shout out to the fantastic Blues Closet mod. I'm obsessed with the dresses in this mod, and I love how chic but effortless they make my Shep look, even when she needs to do something like, you know, box Vega in heels, because she can do that without breaking a sweat. The Trilogy save editor at this point is more of a tool in my mind than an actual mod, as it does so much and is so important just to have on hand. You can easily edit and tweak your saves, double check your plot flags are correct before starting a new game, or use it to do something like change your hair color, mod in new hairstyles, etc. I cannot suggest enough how important it is to just download it and have it on hand, because it's extremely well designed and a very important versatile tool. And with that, those are my favorite mods for 2021 for Mass Effect Legendary Edition. All of the mods mentioned will be linked in the description down below. I hope you found a few mods in here to install into your game and enjoy. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will catch you next time. Bye!